All right, welcome back, everyone. This is CM Sports. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the AFC playoff picture, some contenders, pretenders. Let me just get this started. This video is being filmed on December 16th, so right after Monday Night Football, Dolphins, Steelers. Steelers pretty much put BTA to the Dolphins. Dolphins are eliminated from playoff contention. Let's get it started. Starting off with the Denver Broncos. Denver Broncos are sitting at 12-2. They've already clinched a playoff spot. I believe if they get one more win, they clinch the division. The division's pretty much theirs though, unless they have a collapse. I'm a little bit indifferent on them. I'm not a Bo Nix guy. Like I said in the intro, my intro video, I am a New York Giants fan. So the Giants blowing a 26-8 lead against the Broncos kind of makes me hate them a lot. But the Giants choke every single game. But they're 12-2. They have a really good defense. Bo Nix, who I'm not a huge fan of, but he has been playing really good as of recently. The Broncos know better than anyone else that defense wins championships. Take it back to around 2015, I believe, when they won the Super Bowl with Peyton Manning. Their defense was fantastic. The offense was horrible. Defense wins championships. As much as it pains me to say, I do think the Broncos are in that contender tier. Again, the record shows for it, and they've gotten some big wins as of recently. Okay, going on to the next team, New England Patriots. They are sitting at 11-3. They have Drake May, MVP candidate, Stephon Diggs, who's come back from his torn ACL, who's been really good for them. Ramondre Stevenson, Trayvon Henderson, who's been really good as of recently, very good draft pick for them. Obviously, they don't have Will Campbell starting. He got hurt. But they're 11-3. They are a really good team. The one thing that holds me back, though, is I think everyone says it as well. They've had a cupcake schedule. They've gotten some good wins. But them blowing, I believe it was a 21-point lead to Buffalo, really concerns me. The Buffalo Bills essentially shut them out in the second half, and Drake May was neutralized. I don't know where to put this team. I'm a little bit indifferent on them as well. I might put them in my middle tier of teams. I think I want to get back to them, though. I'll make my decision at the end of the video. Next, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are sitting at 10-4. Their division's not locked up. Houston is breathing right down their neck at 9-5. We'll talk about Houston a little bit here. But the main thing about Jacksonville here is Trevor Lawrence has been playing really good football as of recently. If I could, let me look his stats up real quick. But I know he's been really up and down, which is why you've kind of been hesitant to really believe in the Jaguars and believe in Lawrence himself. But, I mean, over the last 3 weeks, Titans, Colts, and Jets, 229 yards, 244 yards, 330 yards. He's got 9 touchdowns to 0 interceptions in that span. Because I'm looking at his stats here again. The Cardinals game was bad. He had 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Against the Chargers, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Texans, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, and not a lot of yards. But these last 3 weeks, he's really put it together. And if he can continue this streak of putting it together and really playing good football for the Jaguars, I really like where they're headed. I don't think they're going to be a contender. I do think they can maybe win a playoff game depending on who they play. But this year's playoffs is wide open, both in the NFC and the AFC. It's really hard to choose who is like definitive. Like in the last couple of years, it was like, oh, Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, definitive. Like they're making it no matter what. They're going to be in the AFC Championship game. This year, it's really just a crapshoot, and there's a whole bunch of teams that I really don't know who's going to come out on top. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars can win a playoff game, though. Moving on to the 8-6 Pittsburgh Steelers, coming off a pretty good win for them on Monday night against the Miami Dolphins in the cold. We all know the Dolphins and Tua specifically do not travel well in the cold. Nonetheless, a great win for Pittsburgh. Rodgers has been looking solid enough. You know, he gets the job done. Mike Tomlin, again, gets the job done, but really, they don't have too many elevators on their team, especially offensively. I like Darnell Washington, Jalen Warren, and Gainwell in the backfield. Is a nice 1-2 punch, but they don't really have any game changers, especially defensively as well. TJ Watt, he has the collapsed lung. He's a great player, but he hasn't really been the same this year. You have Jalen Ramsey still. He's a great player, but maybe a little bit declined compared to when he was in his prime. The Steelers, they are pretenders. I'm doing all this yapping. They're pretenders. I don't see them winning a playoff game unless like one of these wildcard teams really just poops the bed. I don't see it happening. They're pretenders. Moving down, you have the 10-4 Los Angeles Chargers. I like them. I like Justin Herbert. I like what Jim Harbaugh's doing. At the end of the day, though, for this team, they're just too injured. Omarion Hampton's coming back from his injury. And then you have your two tackles who are hurt, Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater. I know they've been hurt all year, but a couple of their losses has become because of the injuries to their O-line. When they lost to the Giants earlier this year, it was really because of the pass rush that the Giants had. If the Chargers go up again, you know what? Go against Pittsburgh. I just called them pretenders, but if the Chargers go up against Pittsburgh Steelers with a healthy Highsmith, a healthy T.J. Watt, they could destroy this Chargers offensive line. If they go against Denver in the playoffs, they will get destroyed by the offensive line. It doesn't help that Herbert's also injured. He has his hand injured. But the thing is, they are a very well-coached team, and well-coached teams can give you a playoff win, maybe even two. Um, I don't think they're straight-up pretenders. Like, they're not going to get bounced round one unless Herbert. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I'm backtracking now. Herbert has struggled in the playoffs, so until Herbert gets that monkey off his back, I'm going to put them in pretenders. I just contradicted myself. I'm going to put them as pretenders. Next, the 6th seed, 10-4 Buffalo Bills. This is the easiest contender of my life. And not because of their team, not because of the coaching, because of Josh Allen. Josh Allen is an incredible quarterback. He was MVP last year. He's in MVP contention again this year. He's been playing out of his mind. Put the Superman cape on. Josh Allen is the reason why they're contenders. Because if you look at their weapons, I don't like their weapons. Khalil Shakir is a good slot. They don't have an X receiver. Kincaid's a solid tight end. He's not like a top 5 tight end that you can really rely on. Their defense just hasn't been great. I mean, they can make timely stops here and there, but they haven't been great. I mean, look at the last 2 weeks. Joe Burrow was lighting them up, and then they were able to make some timely stops. Drake May in the first half of last week, he was lighting them up, especially on the run game too, Trayvon Henderson. But they made timely stops at the end, and I think timely stops will help them. My one concern, though, with them is if they play an elite defense, like at Denver, or like we saw earlier with Houston, where you can neutralize this Buffalo Bill offense, maybe neutralize Josh Allen a bit, it's going to be a struggle for them. But strictly for the fact of Josh Allen, I think they're contenders. As long as Josh Allen is playing quarterback for them, they will be contenders. Moving on, number 7, the Houston Texans. They're at 9-5. I like them a lot. They've won 6 straight. C.J. Stroud's looked a little more comfortable in recent weeks. Nico Collins is playing really well. But the main staple for them is their defense. They have I believe, maybe even a top 1 defense in the NFL. An incredible pass rush with, I believe, Danielle Hunter, Will Anderson, a really good corner with Derek Stingley, and just a very well-coached defense. Offensively is where I am concerned about them. Their offensive line isn't great. Their weapons outside of Nico Collins aren't fantastic. I believe they had Jaden Higgins. He's a solid receiver, but they're not fantastic. Run game really hasn't been all that great for them with Nick Chubb and Willie Marks, but hopefully they can pick it up. I don't know how I feel about the Texans. I really like them a lot. I like their defense, but their record's 9-5, and the record, you are what your record says you are most of the time. I'm gonna put them in the middle tier. I think they could sneak in a playoff win here. I mean, if the playoffs started today, they'd play New England. I could see the Texans beating New England. I mean, their defense is that incredible, but offensively, they're just so limited that it struggles for me to put them in the contender tier. But I wouldn't be surprised if they really could, and they could make a run. The 8 seed, Indianapolis Colts, they're 8-6. They're pretenders. I mean, I don't know who's really calling them contenders or even playoff contenders, so I don't know if they're pretenders or they're just not good enough. The second Daniel Jones went down with that injury, you knew it was over. Even when Daniel Jones was playing, he started to play a little bit worse in the last couple of weeks, but again, he had the fibula injury, so there's only so much he can do. But they're injured. I mean, it's pretty much Daniel Jones' injury. They don't have a quarterback. Phillip Rivers, it's a very good storyline. You love to see him play. He's just not that. He's not great at the moment. Anthony Richardson, if he can come back, what are you expecting from him? Riley Leonard, he's a rookie. What are you expecting from him? They're just pretenders, and it's mainly because of the injury to the quarterback position. And lastly, you have the 7-7 Baltimore Ravens. Essentially, not really, but their only way into the playoffs is by the division against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me check if they have another game against Pittsburgh real quick. Yeah, I mean, last week of the season, it's going to be Pittsburgh and the Ravens. That could decide the division if Baltimore and Pittsburgh continue to win. I think at the moment, they're pretenders. Lamar Jackson's play can dictate that and can really change in the coming weeks to them being contenders. But their defense is okay at best. Their offense is whatever. I mean, Zay Flowers is very hot and cold. Like 1 minute he's really good with Lamar, the next minute he's dropping an interception right into the Bengals defender's hands. Mark Andrews is he's solid. He's always been solid. Derrick Henry in the run game hasn't been the same as last year. And if we're just being honest, Lamar Jackson hasn't played the same as he was last like 3 years. Whether that's because Lamar is dealing with injuries, is he playing through stuff, we don't really know specifically. But he's not playing as good, and I think that's the reason why they are pretenders. Again, if Lamar Jackson can return to MVP form in these last 3 weeks, I could flip the switch like that. They're contenders because of the quarterback play. But at the moment, they're pretenders. They're 7-7. They're not good enough. So let me break this down real quick. You have the Denver Broncos, contenders. Buffalo Bills, contenders. Those are my only two that I have. And a lot of middle tier teams. Again, this year's playoffs is wide open, so I don't know as much. Middle tier teams here, you have Jacksonville, the Chargers, and Houston. Pretenders, I have Pittsburgh, Indianapolis, and Baltimore. How did I get 6 teams there? Who knows? And then the New England Patriots, I'm still deciding on. Let me see the rest of the schedule. They play the Ravens, the Jets, and the Dolphins. I think this Ravens game is going to be very telling. It's Sunday Night Football, and I just clicked off. Let me see if they're playing. Are they playing in Baltimore? They're playing at Baltimore. If the Patriots can go into Baltimore and stump the Ravens and Lamar Jackson, I could put them in contenders. I know I was just trashing on the Ravens, but it's still tough to go into a playoff environment and win there. If the Patriots can do that, they're in a contender tier. If not, I'm going to put them in the middle tier because I don't think they can win at all. But these final couple of weeks for a lot of these teams is going to be very telling, including the NFC side. I didn't say this about the NFC, but both of these sides, both of these conferences, these last 3 weeks are going to be very telling on who can actually make a run in the championship. I think that's all I have to say for you guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.